Hello everyone, welcome to my channel UGC Net English Literature. Today we are going to learn the teaching aptitude paper, the unit 1 of paper 1. Only few days are left out, guys, so we have to revise it very soon. This PDF, actually I have bought it from my professor note. I have bought it for 1000 rupees and all the units I have bought it from them. I'm sharing it to you guys, so please don't think this as publicity, but I'm sharing it to you in the sense to share everyone, and everyone has to pass in the UGC net exam and they have to crack the JRF also, right? So I am posting this in my channel. So let's start. Only 13 pages are there. Let's learn the very important topics. Okay, teaching is a process which can be carried out formally or informally. Informal teaching takes place within the family, while formal teachings takes place outside the family. Formal teaching should be carried out by experienced faculty, teachers, editors, etc. Teaching involves the purposeful direction and management of the learning process. It is a planned activity or a process in which the learner, teacher, and other variable are planned in a particular order or in an order to attain some predetermined goals. Teaching can be both formal and informal. Here we know that formal and informal teaching, what it is. And informal teaching is carried out within a family or in a community during initial years of life, for example, homeschooling. Formal teaching is carried out by paid professions called teachers or faculty. Principles of teaching. Interest. For effective teaching, a teacher should be able to generate interest among students. Motivation. A teacher should be able to motivate students to learn and understand new things. The next one is revision. For better understanding of acquired knowledge, a teacher must revise the concepts taught immediately. And individual differences is teachers should teach in such a way that students of different background, attitude, potential, and abilities could get equal opportunities. An activity is for better retention and understanding. A teacher should involve students in learning through activity. Definite aim is to make learning focused and to make teaching in a planned way along with teaching methods. And aim a teacher along with teaching methods and aim. A teacher must make a definite aim before the class. This will make students more curious and interested in learning. Division. To make learning easier, the subject matter should be divided into units and there should be links between the units. Democratic learning. If the behavior of the teacher is authoritarian, students would not be able to communicate or participate in the class and they will be just passive listeners. But if the teacher is democratic, the students will ask questions and the class will be more interactive. Recreation. To make class humorous and to tackle the fatigue of lengthy class, recreational activities by teachers are necessary. Let's see the important concepts related to teaching. Education. The process through which a learner has facilitated learning and acquired knowledge, beliefs, habits, values, and skills is said to be education. It includes teaching, training, discussion, storytelling, etc. Instruction. It is a main part of teaching. It includes the delivery of contents by the instructor. It doesn't play any role in the interaction between the teacher and the learner, but it facilitates achievement of teaching. Learning. It involved both activities and experiences. It can be defined as a relative change in the behavior of an individual as a result of experience or practice. Training, the process of developing in oneself any skills and knowledge that relate to specific useful competencies, is known as training. The main purpose of imparting training is to equip oneself with specific skills. Syllabus, an academic document that used to communicate course information and defines responsibilities and expectation, is said to be the syllabus. It helps to supervise or controls the course quality. It may be descriptive. Curriculum, curriculum is defined as a course of study developed by school authorities. Indoctrination is the process of teaching a person or a group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. So these are the 5 concepts related to teaching. Characteristics of teaching. The main characteristic features of teaching are given below. It tends towards the self-organization. It involves different levels of teaching. It is a continuous process. It is related to education, learning, instruction, and training. Sorry guys, it generally takes place in a dynamic environment. Then objectives of teaching is, a good objective should be specific, outcome based, and measurable. The objectives of teaching and learning must integrate at the end of the instruction. The objectives of teaching are to bring desired changes in students' attitude, to shape behavior and conduct, acquisition of knowledge, to improve the learning skills of students, formation of belief, to become a social and efficient member of society. The next one is teaching models. Characteristics of teaching models. These are patterns on plans made in advance for the success of the teaching learning process. They have specific objective and goals and therefore differ from general teaching techniques and strategies. It provides clear and specific guidelines or blueprints before achieving a specific objective. Through these, teaching learning environment is controlled and it helps in making a proper teaching learning environment. Step-by-step procedure are laid for the attainment of learning outcomes. As the engineer is helped in the construction of the building by blueprint, same way models of teaching help in teaching. It is crucial in saving the energy, time and efforts of the teacher and the learners by providing the best tools and resources. Models of teaching are known to serve 3 major functions in a given teaching learning situation. Fundamental elements of teaching models. Focus. It is the central and main aspect of the teaching model. Syntax. The term refers to the description of the model in the action. Principles of reaction. It is the response of the teacher who should be appropriate and selective. Social system. Teacher has to deploy the different model in different circumstances. Application. Use of different models is different in different circumstances. Therefore, their application also differs. Some are meant for a short lesson, some for the large, some for the both. Next is, guys, we'll finish within the model section. Okay, model section. We'll finish within the model section. Types of models. Teacher-centered teaching. When an instructor or a teacher is actively involved in teaching, while the learners are in a passive, receptive mode, listening, as the instructor or a facilitator teaches, is known as instructor-centered teaching. In this teaching, an instructor is fully responsible for what is taught and how it is learned. The learner is fully dependent upon the instructor for all learning. Here, the instructor is responsible for the process of evaluation. The next one is teacher-centered strategy. Following are the teacher-centered strategies. Lecture method. Lecture method is a method everyone knows because the people are the college goers and all our professors who take lectures to know all the concepts and the main abstract of a particular text. So lecture method is a one-way communication. It is a process of teaching in which the teacher tells the students about the planned facts. Students listen and take notes. The success of this method depends on the ability of the teacher to speak fluently and a good tone and style. And team teaching is the one thing which includes a batch of instructors who help a group of students regularly and cooperate them with to learn the different concepts. Teachers together prepare their course, frame the syllabus, prepare the lesson plans, teach, guide and evaluate the results of the students. They share students' analysis and also suggest students to decide which approach is better. TV or video presentation. It is an improved method. Now technology has developed, right? So this is an improved one, which it involves a radio or audio presentation, and it can be virtually bring the whole world inside the classroom. Screening of video presentation is followed by the discussion of a task. Learner-centered teaching. When a student or a learner is more emphasized in a classroom than others is known as learner-centered classroom. It also involves each student's interests, abilities, and learning styles, placing the learning instructors for individuals rather than for the class. It includes self-evaluation. Next one is learner-centered strategy. The following strategies cover the following method of teachings. Assignments. An assignment is a teaching method that can be done both individually or in a group that assists the students to acquire individual academic competencies. No contact hours are offered for the completion of the assignment, and the students have to carry out the task in their own time. Case study. This is the case method in which the most powerful student-centered teaching strategy. Case method is the most powerful student-centered teaching strategy that imparts students with critical thinking, communication and interpersonal skills. Working in different case study helps the students to research and evaluate multiple sources of data, fostering information literacy. Next one is programmed instruction. It is a research-based system that helps the students to learn in a graded sequence of controlled steps. It is discovered by Sidney L. Pressey. Computer assisted learning. In this method, the computer is used to present the instructional material and monitor the learning that takes place. Heuristic method. This method was discovered by Dr. H.E. Armstrong. It is an approach to problem solving, learning or discovery that employs a practical method but instead is sufficient for reaching an immediate goal. Pedagogy method. In this method, a teacher more or less controls the material to be learned and the pace of learning while presenting the course content to the students. It is also called instructor-centered approach. In this, the learner is dependent upon the instructor for all learning. Andragogical model. In this model, the learner is mostly self-directed and is responsible for his or her own learning. In this method, the instructors facilitate the learning of participants and help them by offering opportunities to learn themselves and acquire new knowledge. So guys, that's it for this video lecture. We will meet in the next video. Until then, it's bye from UGC Net English Literature. Please read and get ready for the exam. All the best for the net exam. Let's crack the JRF and see you all. Goodbye.